This truck's a bit Smokey and the Bandit, isn't it? What has this Vauxhall Astra and this Skip got in common? I think you know the answer. Yep! I may have mentioned that on Sunday I'm off to Gaydon in this car, Nigel. That means I have the most frivolous of tasks to complete, which is to clean it. It doesn't look very dirty, does it? It looks quite clean. And you probably can't see all the dust all over it, but it's covered in dust. So I should really do something with it. Plus the inside, it was locked, so I can't get in there. I do want the inside to be absolutely spotless. But that's going to be tricky because I'm not even going by myself. I'm sure that Craig's big feet will end up all over the carpet and I'll have to tell him off like a child. It's a curious thing though, these car shows and car meets, because for some it's just a load of people looking at each other's cars, and what's the point of that? I like to consider myself somewhere in between. I'm not extreme with anything really. I like my car to be clean. In fact, I'd like it to be a lot cleaner than it is, but I'm not going to get too wound up if it isn't. But I do know some people will be absolutely ruthless with it, so meticulous, so thorough. Rover Joe, for example, he'll be spending all day today and probably tomorrow cleaning every single little bit of his car, whereas Craig is completely the opposite. He has a silver car because he honestly believes that silver cars don't get dirty. They do get dirty. They just don't look as good when they're clean. And then we have Boaty, who I don't really think he knows how to operate a bucket and sponge or a hose pipe. I can't see him ever actually cleaning a car. And car meets for him, he thinks it's like a wife swapping event. Then me, in the Rover 42, I think I have the balance just right, because my car is definitely an individual, but it does have scratches like that, there, and there's bits of cracks there, and then there's another big scratch there, and then there's a dent just there, and then when you go around the other side, that's where it gets worse, because there's all sorts of fine scratches all down the side there. One day I'll buy myself a nice touch-up paint of sienna gold and see what I can do to make these better. But there's no rush. In some ways, this car's perfection lies in its imperfection. Whilst I was saying that, I was fully aware of how cheesy it sounded. Yet I didn't stop talking, and I haven't edited that bit out. So, as cheesy as it is, it's exactly what it is. It is what it is. Inside the car, there are things a bit wrong. My headlining, there's marks on the steering wheel, bits of trim missing, and even this section over there, I need to get the right clips to put that back on as it should be. But that's all part of it, because this car is a constant work in progress. It's always having stuff done to it. The point comes when there's nothing to be done. It might not be so exciting. I never plan on replacing this tailgate. Maybe that's partly because I want there always to be something that can still be done. But it's the same for this dent here. I like that dent. It shouldn't be there, but it is there and it's staying. One thing I never do at car shows is have the bonnet open. I leave that closed and I leave the boot closed, because those are the parts that are never too pretty. Selling cars. What a thankless task that can be. So full of promise, yet so laden with disappointment. And unfortunately, that's where I am today. I was expecting the ZR to have found itself a new home by now, but no contact. it does kind of turn things back upside down again. Yesterday it started off upside down and I managed to turn it the right way round by the end of the day. And then today it started off with the promise of being the right way round and now it's turned back upside down again. Do you ever find, and I'm speaking mostly to the men here, that when you eat a pie you end up with bits of pastry in your moustache? I do, and then I'm forever picking bits out. Well, actually I'm not. It takes just a second just to brush it all away. But then it does get me thinking about this whole thing of having a moustache and a beard in the first place, because for most purposes it's quite inconvenient. They're stuck on your face, it makes your face itchy, makes you irritable because you don't stop messing with your beard and moustache. So I put it to my little girls today that perhaps it is time the beard went. Yep, and I became a beardless man. That didn't go down too well. Could I really go beardless? That's a bit extreme, isn't it? I would feel naked. I wouldn't feel like a proper man any longer. My chin's too small. Maybe I should go the other way and just not shave anywhere or trim for about a year. See how that works out. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah. I am completely my own person and I keep forgetting this. Like with my car. It's my car, it's always going to be my car. I can have it looking as I want. Tony and the Bandit. My boots, they were work boots, they weren't bought for me. I didn't have to have some sort of image that I was ruining for another company. No, they were just mine. And this is my face. And I can do with it what I like. Within reasons of what my family allows. But I could dye it green. Not purple, that would look weird. But green would be cool. A green beard. Or blue. Which would be best? I'm not asking, just pondering. I just haven't bothered to edit this bit out. And it's quite funny actually because, you know, I can just waffle on endlessly and think that bit needs to come out of the video, and then for some reason I'm just leaving it in, and I really don't know why. You don't need to hear this stuff, but you are doing. I'd say sorry, but yeah, sorry. Good night, Benny. Good morning, and this is day 2 of the Nigel cleanup ready for the Gaydon show. Obviously yesterday I didn't even get started, but it doesn't mean I shouldn't be making a video about something I'm not doing. So today I intend to start and finish this particular task. So in a moment I shall finally get around to doing the cleanup work on Nigel ready for tomorrow's show. But first I need to get some more pictures of Benny Jazzmags, as I have a prospective buyer that wants to see a lot more of this car.
Where would you like it?
Mystery.
Well, in the last video it was a mystery.
Well, you are rather enigmatic.
Don't reverse into Nigel, and then don't pepper it with gravel that you set off. See you tomorrow.
Bye bye. At last, it is time to clean this filthy beast up. And it is absolutely minging. Look at that. Filth everywhere. It's absolutely disgraceful. So, let's crack on. Well, I've made a start. You'd think I'd be vacuuming the floor, but no. Vacuuming the seats. And then, after that, cleaning the seats with this stuff that I don't know really how good it is, but it's better than doing nothing. As you can see, that seat is absolutely filthy. Same with that. Oh, by the way, if you haven't picked up on the sarcasm yet, it's quite clean. Driver's seat is obviously the one that's always going to be the most dirty, or depending on who drives the car. That should be enough. And with this lovely summer's day, it won't even take long to dry, which is useful. Next is time to vacuum the carpet, because as you can see, there are a few bits on the floor. And I'd like this to be without bits on the floor. I just love the way a proper carpet cleans up. You can get rid of all of the bits, and it doesn't even take that long. It's fantastic. That's clean now. Clean until you go in the seat rails with a brush, and then you get bits of biscuit on the floor again. I'm quite happy with that. That's nice and clean. I do like a clean car. Yes, I do. Is that normal? Is it though? I mean, me, I'm not bothered about anything being that clean, if I'm totally honest. I'm really carefree at home. Maybe I'll do some washing up. I'll try and clean the plates to a reasonable standard, and I'll try and cook to a reasonable standard. But you know, if there's stuff out, it doesn't bother me. At work, there's stuff out. It'd be nice if it was all really super duper organised and everything, but it's just not going to happen, because it's one of those things that I just don't seem to have the knack for, is putting things away. But I like my car to be clean. Do you think that's natural? Do tell me. Obviously, cleaning doesn't stop there. It's not just the carpets. It's not just trying to clean these bits. But what about leather conditioner? What about dashboard? Well, I can see on that, I can clearly see there's some dusty bits. Can you see all that? That is awful. Have you ever left your boot open like that? So you can imagine what a Rover 25 estate would look a bit like. I have. I'm doing it right now. There you are again. You can see it's not that dirty. It's just got some birdies pooed on the top of it there, and there's a couple of dusty marks, and that's really about it. Which is nice, because when I wash it, it's going to be quite easy. The yellow bonnet being the worst, with the insects that tend to do stuff on them. Then again, the bees aren't too fussy. There's bee poo there and there and there. It all adds up to a car covered in bee poo. I mean, come on bees, haven't you got something better to do than poo on my car? Like make honey or something?
What you're about to see now is Mr. Mustard taking coordination to the next level. Be amazed!
The sun is out, the car is clean. Oh, what a beautiful little boy you are, Nigel. Just look at you. Fabulous. Shiny and lovely and colourful and friendly and brillogs. Oh. There we go, Nigel. You can stay here for the night so you don't get covered in dust. Because you wouldn't like that, would you now? No, you wouldn't. Back in the Eager ZR for the evening. Might as well do. Nigel's much better just being left inside, where he's not going to get covered in dust. Because it will. It's such a dusty yard, that it will just be a horrible dusty mess again in the morning, and I'll think, yeah, hang on, no, I wouldn't leave it there, would I? I'd leave it outside. What am I talking about? I was talking about taking it home. I don't live in a dusty yard. It'd have been fine there. Why am I coming home in this then? Well, I'll tell you why, because it's my car still, isn't it? So I may as well use it until it's not my car. I've not got a deposit paid on it. I own this car completely, so it is mine. I may as well use it. See you at Gaydon.